Insurance isn't one size fits all, and shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit Progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life, on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
This summer, Prime Video takes you back before Legally Blonde, before law school, and into the world of Elle Woods in high school. Set in 1995, this Gemini vegetarian knows exactly who she is until her family moves from Bel Air to Seattle. Packed with iconic fashion, 90s nostalgia, and a throwback soundtrack, Elle proves one thing. Law school was hard. High school was harder. From the world of Legally Blonde, watch Elle, a new original series only on Prime Video. Watch now.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey Craner, and my friend Cecil Baldwin loves horror movies, and he's helping make this genre more approachable for me and hopefully for you too, one film at a time, in a random order. Are you squeamish about horror movies? Well, don't worry, we'll tell you what happens. Adore horror movies? Great, watch along with us each week. Oh, speaking of this week, we have another live stream this Saturday, July 11th at 3 p.m. Eastern over at patreon.com/randomhorror9. This month, we are talking about Brian De Palma's bonkers 1970s musical, Phantom of the Paradise. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Our $5 Patreon members get to be part of our monthly live streams, and they get to help us pick the movies we watch each month. We, of course, do a random draw of the nominated films, and they get an ad-free feed of Random Horror 9 episodes. So join our Patreon, and then join us this Saturday, July 11th at 3 o'clock New York time as we discuss Phantom of the Paradise, 1974. That's at patreon.com/randomhorror9. But that is later. Let us talk about today's episode. As always, check the show notes for content warnings about this week's episode discussion and film. This week, we randomly rolled a 1 for Clowns and Dolls and a 2 for One Word Title. Here is episode 331.
Adopt number generator. Podcast number 9.
This week on Random Number Generator, horror podcast number 9, Dolls, 1987. Warning! Spoilers ahead.
The baby boomers have been quite the generation. They were the first ever televised war protest. That was against the Vietnam conflict. They brought about the hippie generation and the sexual revolution. They invented second wave feminism. This was all in the 1970s. Super impressive. And then the 80s happened, and they joined the cult of Ronald Reagan. The baby boomers sold their souls on the stock market. They decided that greed is good and social safety nets are bad. When the boomers hit their 30s, they must have decided, you know what? We've done our good. It's time to take a decades-long break for cocaine and sports cars, and after that, we'll just run all the businesses and the country well into our 80s. Baby boomers knew they weren't the same kind of tough as their parents, who likely grew up either on farms or big cities. The bullies of the suburban baby boom would have been bikers and leather thugs, greasers, boys with muscle cars and switchblade knives. But when Reagan took office, the nerds came out to play, and they weren't fucking around. The nerds got their revenge in the form of fat portfolios and yachts. The nerds built software companies that developed enormous wealth. Those jocks and greasers could get fucked because the nerds were finally in charge. Revenge of the Nerds is a very specific 1980s comedy film whose premise is in the title, but there were plenty of films that captured this 80s dweebish revenge fantasy of the lovable loser who gets everything in the end: the money, the car, the girl, the world. Weird Science, Real Genius, Can't Buy Me Love, Say Anything, Little Shop of Horrors, and even the ultra-moral campy horror film Dolls, where dorky Ralph, who never let go of childhood imagination, is the final man to Judy's final girl. He's the Steve Jobs to Rosemary and David's Gordon Gekko, and the elderly witch couple with the bonkers wardrobe deem him to be worthy to live. There's a sort of wholesomeness to the 1980s dweeb idolization movement, but there's something a little gross and sinister in it too, and I think that lies in the revenge fantasy narrative. Revenge of the Nerds, the movie, is fucking dark. Even compared to Dolls, I think, because Dolls is just a schlocky horror film. But the morality of both is not just palpable, it's the whole point. Dolls is a fairy tale complete with a mono-dimensionally evil step-parent. It feels like it's standing up for the right things, but while perpetuating standard boomer entitlement. Hi, Cecil.
Hi, Jeffrey.
What's your favorite item on the full English breakfast?
Okay, let me go. Let's see. You got your beans, you got your toast, you got your non-streaky bacon, eggs, sausages, and or black pudding. Mm-hmm. Am I free? Oh, and the tomato.
Tomato. Sometimes mushroom instead of the bacon.
Oh, I do like the mushroom. I like when they put a big fat mushroom on there, just because it's like a different texture. Adds that little umami. But I gotta say, here's the thing. I love streaky bacon. I love American bacon. And I love the non-streaky bacon. But honestly, I think I do love the sausage.
Are you like a sausage link, or are you the black and white pudding?
I'll do either.
Yeah.
I mean, I prefer a link, but yeah, like a black pudding. Because and funny because I don't eat sausage that much in the United States. There's like a textural difference and a spice difference that, like, sometimes if I'm ordering a pizza, I'll be like, leave off that sausage.
I was going to say black and white pudding because I like the dryness of it. It's bready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it is still sausage. It's blood pudding, just sliced. I like it because American sausage is really greasy, which I'm not opposed to. I like a pepperoni pizza. I like a greasy meat. That's totally fine. American bacon can be really greasy. But there's something about the black and white pudding that just feels a little bit... just a little bit more humble. It's very nice. It's
approaching Scrapple, honestly.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. But I always thought beans and toast was insane to me. And then when I do get the full English, I fucking love beans and toast.
I know. I never eat baked beans unless I'm doing a full English full Irish breakfast. It just was not a food staple in my household. And I'm a non-ketchup person. I know I'm a weirdo, but I don't like ketchup.
I think a lot of people don't like ketchup. It's
every time. Happened to me yesterday. I go out to eat. I order something with fries. They bring me the ketchup, and I'm like, you can take this right back. I don't even want to touch it. Not because I'm afraid of it, just because use it for someone else and bring me a mustard, a mayonnaise, an aioli, a ranch, a barbecue sauce, which is just ketchup with cumin, I know, but it changes the flavor.
The demographic with the highest level of ketchup hatred is person who works or has worked in a restaurant.
Oh, God. Like working at the O'Charlie's at age 17 and having to marry ketchup bottles that have already been married 300 times before, so they're starting to ferment.
Yeah.
That's a very particular smell.
I gotta think it's gotta be a little bit approaching like vomit, because it's so, I mean that literally, like the acidity of it, of the smell, and kind of the triggering, like the gag reflex, because I have that a little bit with ketchup. I'm okay with ketchup on a burger or fries. But if I get too much ketchup, I'm a little bit like, ooh, I don't.
Yeah. If it's mixed in with other condiments, sure. Or on meatloaf, because I think when you bake it, it kind of caramelizes the sugars a little bit and it makes it taste different.
Well, we're not going to talk a lot about English breakfast in this episode, but we will talk about some English people.
Maybe. What is this family vacation, Jeffrey?
I don't know.
Why are they... Neither of these people are British.
Is anyone in this film British?
I mean, Gabriel and Judy. No, Gabriel and Hillary.
Yeah.
Our creepy riffraff and magenta stand-ins. Yeah. But and the girls and Madonna 1 and Madonna 2, they're British.
They are. But were they like? Yeah, they are actually British actors. Yeah.
Oh, fun fact. I'm going to throw a fun fact at you real early. Bunty Bailey, who played Isabel, Madonna 1, she's the chick from a-ha's Take On Me video.
Oh.
This was her first film.
Uh-huh.
But that's pretty awesome.
That's pretty, 2 iconic roles, Cecil.
That's it, honestly. But yeah, let's get back to, like, why is this family here? Like, okay, so the setup is David Bauer has his daughter Judy for the summer. Mom usually takes care of Judy back in Boston, but David's got her all summer long, and he has recently remarried to Rosemary, played by Carolyn Purdy Gordon, who is actually the wife of Stuart Gordon, IRL.
Oh, okay.
But, like, why are they here? Where are they going?
I wondered that same thing too. Like, what was their ultimate goal? Like, were they staying at an inn in a English countryside manor sort of thing? Because they clearly weren't coming to this place, because this is a roach trap basically.
Yeah,
but they, my theory is, by the end, and I reference this in the intro, which is that, like, this is a fairy tale. This is folk horror.
Yes.
This is like there's a
that.
morality, there's a lesson, there's a tale, and especially for Americans, like, England seems like a great place to start if you're talking folk horror.
Sure.
Especially ones that have to do with, like, warnings around children and things like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's something to it. Let me back up. In America, I think the people who go out into the wild, into the wilderness, into the woods, they get Hills Have Eyes, or they get Deliverance'd. But something about England is going to be more geared towards folk horror rather than, like, Appalachian cannibal people or what have you.
Oh, for sure.
And so I think that's the setting here. I don't think they do a great job of setting up where they're going or why it's the English countryside, or even, like, why he has to take his daughter with him. Because I don't have kids, but I know plenty of parents who are, split families where you have custody.
Yeah.
And oftentimes one of the parents will say, hey, my new spouse and I are going on this vacation for 2 weeks. Can you take the kid? And could we swap our schedules, right? Like, I'm not sure why he has to have Judy.
We could be in Monte Carlo right now if it wasn't for you, child.
Twerp.
Take the kid to Monte Carlo.
But then they couldn't go into the casinos?
Yeah, she'll be in bed. I don't know. Tell her to go play at the beach.
Drop her off at the mall.
I don't know. I've never been to Monte Carlo. I couldn't. I don't know.
Well, we set up... Well, before we even get into the story, just want to applaud opening credits.
Yes. Yeah.
All the creepy doll faces.
My God. If there's one thing I have learned from this horror movie podcast, it's that creative opening credits were a thing of the 80s and should be brought back. Like, artistically done, completely separate from, like, it's like going to a musical and hearing an overture. The show hasn't started yet, but it's like priming the pump. It's getting you ready for what you're about to see. And I think too often these days, like, the credits kind of like get slapped over top of the first 10 minutes of a film. So there's, like, actors acting and we're in it. We're doing, the film has begun. But I do like the curtain hasn't risen yet, but you're going to see something thematically interesting and also shot in a completely different way than the film you're about to see.
Yeah, the font choices, the starkness of the white serif font on the black background, and then just this simple, like, cutout of a doll's face.
Yeah. Like, hey, do you remember doll heads? They're creepy as fuck.
Yep.
I know you probably haven't looked at one in a while. Look at this one. Now look at this one. They're not doing anything. Just look at it.
There's a long history in cinema from, like, Great Gabo to Dead of Night or what have you, where we have dolls used in a creepy way to upset you a little bit. But I think, like, the late 80s, because we went into Child's Play the year after this movie came out. But I do think we've had a lot more, not that we're overrun with creepy doll movies, but I think you can point to a bigger boom of them after the late 80s. And I wonder if some of that goes back to maybe this movie, but Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Because that clown was indelibly scary.
Yeah.
Like, that was to Gen X what the Wizard of Oz monkeys were to the baby boom generation.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. You know, like, thinking about your intro, you know, for me, this movie, like, a big part of this movie is the, like, when we get into the house and Gabriel's talking about, like, I'm a doll maker. I make dolls the old-fashioned way. Nobody wants an old-fashioned doll. They want it mass-produced. And I think I think this movie, if anything, kind of has a, like, old world charm is creepy.
Yes.
But logical and has a morality to it. New World is dog eat dog, is want, now. And I think the reason we don't get many doll movies besides your Child's Play in the 90s, 2000s is because does anybody have old-fashioned dolls anymore?
It's such a good question. Yeah.
You know, like you look at the kind of Barbie to Bratz, you know, with American Doll kind of in the middle, you know, like the verisimilitude. Yeah. Whatever that word is, the creepy uncanny valley of old-fashioned dolls is real. Hence the intro, hence these dolls that are kind of fascinating to look at because they are so ugly. They're kind of cute.
Yeah, well, they haven't been crafted by focus groups or marketers or people that have, you know, that are in the business of making sure that it lands the most money. I actually was thinking about the real anti-consumerist bent to the morality of this movie. And it's funny because a couple weeks ago, I was walking through Park Slope, and there's within a few blocks of each other, there's two different toy stores. And they're very cute, very Park Slope, Brooklyn type of things. So they're, you know, they're selling packaged toys, but there's kind of a handmade vibe to them. None of them are like, they're growing up in the 80s and 90s where you had Transformers,
G.I. Joe,
Strawberry
He-Man.
Shortcake. You had cartoons that were made as 30-minute commercials for the toys themselves.
Sure.
And I thought, you know, I bet a lot of people get these for their kids and it's delightful and cute. But as a kid, if I got a birthday present and it was a toy I didn't recognize, I would have been like, this is bullshit.
Yeah. I know it's hard because what do you do when, you know, you were raised on oatmeal and honey, and then your kids are raised on like Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
Once you get a taste of them Lucky Charms, you can't go backwards to oatmeal and honey, man. They're like, it's nature's candy. And you're like, get this out of my fucking face. You know what is nature's candy? Sugar.
Nature's candy is colored marshmallows. Yeah.
Nature's candy is cane sugar. And that's kind of what, I don't know, I feel like we're kind of playing with some of those ideas in this movie.
Very much so, yeah. And I think it's no mistake that David and Rosemary, that there's part of their like evil dialogue, evil monologue bit is, we're young and we're rich and we're in the prime of our lives. Like, why not enjoy, you know, fuck this kid.
Why are we tethered down?
Yeah.
With parenting.
Yeah. Which goes to your question of like, this is a couple that like, I'm still confused as to why they chose English countryside as characters.
Sure, yes.
Because if they're avoiding Monte Carlo because they feel like, well, we can't keep a kid entertained in a casino country.
Yeah.
Why not just go to fucking Orlando?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways. But here we are on the English fucking countryside. And we're storms brewing.
Man, this storm is doing a lot of work. Mm-hmm. It is turned up.
Press the lightning button. Press the
Oh my
lightning
God,
button.
a lot. And then I love how it's like stormy, and then they get stuck in the mud, and he has to like get out and push the car, and it's not stormy anymore. I'm like,
What?
okay, sure.
How do storm work?
Okay, sure. I guess we're at a break.
Well, they get stuck in a rut, and the rain starts really coming down, and he says, well, there's just a house right here. We're right in front of this old haunted castle.
This old dark house.
Yep. It's actually
I love,
got that vibe to it.
I love an old dark house. From right all the way down to Ralph as the sort of like, I know I'm a goof,
Yeah.
but I mean well, and his like little roadster that he rides away in at the end. I'm like, I think this movie fully knows old dark house.
Absolutely. Well, they go up to the house, and on their way, so we're going to set up a couple things about this relationship between Judy and her stepmother.
Rosemary.
This sets us up right away that you're in a fairy tale because she is so wickedly stepmotherish.
She's so wickedly stepmotherish, and father is so absent.
Yes.
Like he's besotted with her and will not stand up for Judy. Like, for fact, I don't even know he's aware that Judy is there most of the time.
No, not at all. She's just there to annoy him. Like, he is made aware of Judy's presence, it makes him mad. But they're walking towards this house. The house is maybe 50 yards from them.
Yeah, like 100 yards away.
And she's got her backpack and her big teddy bear named Teddy. Mm-hmm. And Rosemary's like, duh, you'll move faster if you don't have this fucking thing. Grabs the bear and chucks it into the woods.
What? I can't believe you brought that with you. You're like, Teddy goes with me everywhere.
I instantly knew that we were in for more of a Basket Case 2 type of movie.
Yes.
At this point, than a Toulon's Revenge or even Child's Play, actually, right?
Yes.
Like the dolls aren't evil, they're moral.
Yeah.
She says, Teddy'll get you for that.
Oh shit. I love this little cutaway scene.
So good.
Giant teddy bear coming out of the woods. Roar. That then like splits open into like a werebear.
Yes.
Yes.
Which
absolutely.
werebear were you growing up? I was the one with the rainbow on its belly.
I was the
Lucky Bear, the one with the shamrock. I don't know the bear's name.
The sad bear stare that just like blasts depression at you, so you can't get off the couch for a while. Werebear stare.
It's just black sludge comes out of his belly.
That's it.
Yeah, it's funny. This is so great, and that werebear attacks Rosemary and David. It rips Rosemary's arm off.
Oh my God. No, I did hear something so this movie was shot around the same time as From Beyond, but it came out like a whole year later because it required so much post-production because of the animation, because of the puppets, it needed so much more. And apparently the film producer people were like, your other movies are so gross and crazy. You're making like a fairy tale about dolls. We need it to be more, we need to turn it up. And a lot of the stuff got cut. But like, I do appreciate when this movie tries to find little moments of gore because it's hard to do dolls gory because they're tiny. What's a doll gonna fucking do?
and the moments of gore are pretty basic stuff, and some of it is nonsensical too. Anyways, we watched this whole daydream of Teddy shredding her parents. I love it because at the end, this werebear has killed her parents, and she goes, "Oh, Teddy," and Teddy just shrugs. just does a little, well, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm hungry. Teddy hungry. I think you need to get out the list. You need to put the werebears on our
Yep. Okay, yep.
on our Random Horror 9 Woodstock
Our
list.
Coachella.
Yeah,
Okay, I gotta find the fucking
Scream Coachella. Scream Coachella, scream.
All right, the werebears.
The werebears.
It's funny because when you write it, werebears, like werewolf, it just looks like the werebears.
The wee bears. Weary.
Okay, so
This couple, man, they get to the front door, and it's like, I'm not a huge fan of movies in which everyone hates each other. You
Right.
know, like, to me, that is kind of one-note acting. You know, like, you're like, I get it. She's a nag. She's like, but what if the people got drowned? And what if we drown? And what if... Chill out. And then David's like, you know, kind of muttering under his breath, fuck you, lady, that I'm married to.
yeah, it makes it hard to connect to their reality of... I think you can have a couple that is nagging at each other all the time, but I think if we believe that he will do anything for her, include treat his own daughter like shit and ignore her needs, we have to see why he loves her.
Yeah. It gives it a ballast.
And there's no point where she is attractive because she's so vile.
Yeah.
And he is too. And I never see a moment where they kind of like even just look at each other and share a smile or share an agreement on anything.
Like, they're freshly married, apparently, and they're already getting on each other's nerves.
They loathe each other. It's
like
baffling.
He's drinking in bed. He's like, he drank an entire bottle of wine before bed. She's got her turban on so fucking tight.
And her giant fucking fur.
Oh my God, I love it. The 80s fashion was wild. Like, even his, like, Ben Kenobi, like, Japanese-inspired jacket? Coat?
Yes. Pajamas made out of smoking jacket material. I don't know. It's weird.
The 80s fashion was up there.
Well, and even Gabriel and Hillary, like, their English fashion is...
Well, that makes sense to me because that's like a whimsical version of Victorian.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Victorian meets Geppetto, you know, meets fairy tale, like high fairy tale, in that it's colorful. It's like almost like purples and greens and paisleys and, you know, I get that.
It also makes sense him as a doll maker, too, would also probably have experience making clothing for people. Like, there's a lot of sewing and doll making, a lot of fabric and understanding of colors and patterns and materials. I just mean to say, I only point that out, not to say that it doesn't make sense. It's just that this movie had fun with wardrobe.
Oh, for
this
sure.
movie had a blast making the wardrobe. Also, I want to mention that on the way in, Rosemary is driving and basically nearly runs these two girls down.
I know, right?
Madonna 1, Madonna 2.
So it's Isabel is Who's That Girl, Madonna. And Enid is a brunette Madonna, La Isla Bonita, Madonna.
They're going to come back into play, but like Rosemary is just a singularly evil person.
I know, right?
Okay, well, that night they get into this, they sneak into the house through the storm cellar.
Sure. Because they tried knocking, no one answered. So you know what? Honestly, if it was raining that bad, I'm not sure I would make a different choice. I mean, it's a gamble. But, I mean, either that or just like build a fire on these people's front porch.
In the basement of the cellar of this house, a couple things. One, Judy sees something moving in little bright beady eyes in the corner. And also, Gabriel shows up with a rifle.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
And it's like, well, usually we love guests to come in through the front door.
I know.
They're like, no one answered.
The most English.
I know. Well, we set up that Gabriel is really taken with Judy, and he keeps asking her questions like, oh, your dad says you have an active imagination. Will you come to the right house?
That's a good thing. And this kid's like, what? I did good.
Let me show you the room of dolls.
Oh.
Whoa. This is a little confusing because she keeps hearing like little pitter patters and voices. And she keeps referring to them as elves until she realizes that the dolls are what's doing it, which logically makes sense that a child's imagination would be like, oh, that sounds like elves. I just think for a movie called Dolls, where we, the audience, know that the dolls are going to be doing the violence and the action, that there's no need to sit there and play with the elves.
I don't know, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, it makes sense why she's doing it.
And I think it ties it into the fairy tale-ness of it all.
I think where I got thrown off was, oh, we're going to have little elves making these dolls. I think I got caught up in the Christmas narrative of it. So,
I see.
And I think where it got really confusing for me is when they take Isabel.
Yeah.
And Judy says she saw them drag her away. She saw the elves drag her away. Yeah, and she still is not piecing together. I know that it's not illogical that she would say that. I just mean for the movie script. I'm like, stop confusing me.
Yes.
Because they haven't shown us the dolls moving yet. Or they have, but they haven't shown us the dolls
It's very
attacking.
minor. It's a little, Like you thought it was going to be more ghoulies, which is like, I have made ghoulies.
What are ghoulies?
Ghoulies?
Don't ask me that.
Go to it.
At dinner, we're getting fed some kind of gray gruel.
Sludge. You know she's been making that stew for like 60 years, right?
Yeah.
Like she's just been stirring that stew. And every night she adds like 3 vegetables and half a cup of stock. And it's the same pot. It's like the never-ending marrying the ketchup bottles.
Yeah. Ugh. Ketchup and rocks, my favorite soup. Well, Hillary, the old woman, was giving giving Judy her sludge and saying, like, oh, it'll. She doesn't say fatten you up, but it's like put some weight on you or something. And she pinches her finger, which is connected to Judy reading Hansel and Gretel about the witch pinching the kids' fingers to see when they'll get fat enough to eat.
Which I think is like a good, not fake out, but like it leaves it ambiguous. Like, what are the Hartwick's motivations here?
I love the conversation where they ask Gabriel what kind of work do you do? Rosemary's like, what kind of work do you do? Witchcraft? And the two of them look at each other. Oh, sort of.
Kinda. You almost got it. And, I do a kind of witchcraft. It's called doll making. I do the craft part of witchcraft.
She does the witch, I do the craft.
Yep, that's it.
Well, we learned that we lost Teddy.
Yeah.
Judy starts to explain that, well, she took Teddy away, and then Rosemary like kicks her under the table, right? And she's like, yeah, you're right, I just lost him in the woods.
What is going on in this house?
Crazy foulness of these families.
Yeah.
My theory is so many people grew up with the honeymooners.
Okay.
That we all just decided we have to act like this in real life. Like that's how moms and dads or men and women have to behave around each other.
All in the family.
Yeah. I mean, All in the Family started making it a little bit more complex in that it questioned Archie. And
but
Edith's,
they still are just like picking at each other the entire time.
They are picking at each other more. But yeah, there's something about the honeymooners where it's like the entire premise is men and women hate each other. And kids, fuck kids, whatever.
Yeah, fuck them kids.
Gabriel gives her a doll. He gives her Punch. He's like, oh, like Punch and Judy.
Oh.
And it's truly a Jester Punch doll.
Yeah.
Now Ralph shows up with these two girls.
Hey, Can you not afford John Candy? Can you not afford Sean Astin?
I was about to say Sean Astin, yeah.
Have I got an actor for you?
This guy does great. He's,
He is
just
great.
he's just missing the screen presence of a Sean Astin. Like, he's missing the name brand, I think.
I read something interesting that a lot of these actors, I don't know which ones in particular, but a lot of these actors were part of Stuart Gordon's theater company.
That's interesting.
Which kind of makes sense because these choices are really broad. From Rosemary's turbaned evil stepmother to Ralph's kind of adorkable, did I do that? And I was like, it even down to like the crazy Cockney Madonnas. I was like, they're theater actors doing film. Oh, because I'm one of those that I'm like, this is why I never got cast in film, because I look like a crazy person when I act on film. Because I'm used to performing for like 500-seat theaters.
Yeah.
Even 100-seat theaters.
It sort of makes sense to have this bigger acting in a fairy tale type movie.
Yes.
But he shows up with these two girls, and they're playing at the idea that these two girls are, I don't know about sex worker, but they're coded strongly sex worker in the sense that they keep teasing him about like, well, you just picked us up. You want to do it with us. You were going to take advantage of us. And he's like, no, I just saw hitchhikers and was trying to help you girls out. And you were dressed so like this for the weather. And I just thought I felt bad. And they're like, no, you're so naughty. But then they keep flirting with him.
Yeah.
And then you realize
They're con.
They're con
like,
artists.
Yeah. They're good time gals.
The two Madonnas, Isabel and Enid.
Enid. Ugh.
We don't get a lot of Enids anymore.
No, we sure don't. We don't get a lot of Judys anymore either.
No. Judy makes sense for this era, though. Like, I feel like Judy finally died off in the 70s, maybe.
Yeah.
Enid? I don't remember people in my generation being named Enid, so that's an interesting one. I feel like maybe there's got to be... In the 2000s, I feel like we had a real revival of old names for girls, especially.
Sure.
So I wonder if Enid made a comeback. Shout out if you have a child named Enid.
Any Enids? Enid?
Yeah.
Did they have a sibling named Enoch?
Enoch. Oh my God.
Yeah, like when I read Enid, I don't know if it's I don't think it's a biblical name, but I think kind of like, like Enoch, like kind of old school, Old Testament, creepy names.
Well, we show everyone around. Everyone is welcome to stay the night. We have bedrooms. Cool. We have a bedroom for the two girls. We have a bedroom for Ralph, bedroom for David and Rosemary, and even Judy's going to get her own bedroom.
She gets her own room. Like, I love this, that they're like, oh my God, we got to sleep with a kid? No, she gets her own bedroom. I do? What is this family dynamic, Jeffrey?
I don't know. It's so crazy.
They really treat her like a piece of luggage.
I am very happy I've never had to navigate that ex-spouse with a child thing. And especially in cases where I've known people whose ex is lackluster as a parent.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to... But you have to share custody of the kid.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that is, but I just think about her mom Judy's mom back in Boston, who apparently loves her and encourages her imagination and is a good mom. But I'm like, can you just ask for full custody of this child? Because he clearly does not want any part of it. The only hint that we have about why he's got this kid is that for child support, it cuts down on the child support payments he has to make.
Yeah.
If he is taking responsibility for part or half or
like
whatever
3 months of the year
development. Yeah. Well, Ralph, in addition to Judy, Ralph also hears giggling coming from that storage room. Mm-hmm. In the hallway, the little elf room, as Judy calls it earlier. And Gabriel kind of clocks this, like, oh, you also have a youthful imagination.
Yeah.
Here, let me show you my workshop.
Oh, come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Dolls.
Ralph
Dolls.
tells this...
Hey, look these dolls.
Hey,
Look at this doll.
I got a doll. You want a clown doll? I got you a clown doll.
You want a cowboy doll? I got you a doll. Hey, check out this doll.
You want a jester? Look, this one does punches. Punch, punch. His name's Mr. Punch.
Mr. Punch, this is my doll. That's your doll. Take a doll.
We have such good English accents, Cecil.
We're really good at this.
Ralph gives a story that reminds me a little bit of Phoebe Cates' story from Gremlins. I don't know, there's something about, like, here's this, his story isn't as dark as hers, because hers is fucked up.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it is the female equivalent of the sharks in the water.
Yeah, it
from
totally
Jaws.
is. So he gives the story about growing up. His dad told him that, toys come alive at night and they run around and they want to do their thing. And he would wait up to try and see the toys, but he never saw them. But he started leaving cookies for them. But they never ate the cookies. And his dad said, oh, well, you actually have to do imaginary cookies.
Yeah.
And so he did that because he loved his dolls and he wanted them to feel loved and nice. That's sweet. Oh, your dad sounds like a good guy. Yeah, he died when I was 9. Oh.
Dark.
But Gabriel says toys are very loyal, and that's a fact.
Yeah. They bond to you.
Citation needed, Gabriel.
You've seen Toy Story.
Sure. That's true.
That toy is gonna go with you to college. It's when you have kids.
Yeah.
That toy is still there somewhere in your house.
Fuck that toy.
Fuck that toy.
But meanwhile, Isabel and Enid are listening to their rock music boombox.
Oh my God, Jeffrey. This music.
Uh-huh.
Like, they were kind of going for a Talking Heads kind of sound.
Yeah.
But this generic, it's hard to listen to.
It does not slap.
It whatever the opposite of slaps. It noodles.
It noodles.
I don't know. It's just when like we can't afford the rights for a thing, so we're just gonna like come up with something in a sound studio in Burbank.
Yeah.
And this is what we came up with. And these girls are getting down to it. And I'm like, ladies.
Yeah.
Oof.
We joked in Voyage of the Rock Aliens about, Timu Devo, Timu Brian Setzer. But those were actual bands playing these parts. Those were actual musicians. And they wrote music that fucking bopped.
Yeah. Like, and it's very derivative of the time period.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, here's a Devo. Well, it sounds like it's a Devo-esque.
Yeah.
This is, the sound design really took me out 3 times.
Okay.
And it was
Tonight you will be visited by 3 ghosts of bad sound design, Cecil.
God. I really did. The first one came in the form of a lightning storm that would not shut the fuck up. The second came when these Madonna knockoffs had to listen to this
AI slop.
It's almost giving AI slop. It's like giving new wave AI slop.
Yeah.
And the third was when we get the most synthesizer trumpet noise on the Casio keyboard.
Oh wait, when was this?
When the military, the toy soldiers show up. I was like,
you played this on a Casio SK1. I know they did.
Like, a trumpet isn't hard to find. It's not.
But
it's not an impossible ask. It's not an impossible ask.
No.
That took me out as well. I was like, ugh, this is some synth.
Uh-huh.
And not in a fun, vaporwave kind of way.
No. Well, Isabel clocks that from Hillary, when Hillary comes in to give them, here's your linens and towels, and Isabel is very much angling towards, oh, look at all these old dolls. These are like antiques.
Antiques.
You mean antiques? Yeah. These are like valuable, right? Well, I mean, I suppose there's a value to handmade things that were made with love and care that certain people would like. And so Isabel, because we know that these two are grifters, thieves, Isabel's like, yeah, this is how we're going to make our money. Let's collect as many of these dolls as we can and then get the fuck out in the first thing in the morning.
Makes sense.
And we're going to be rich.
Yeah. I love a character that is like clearly encountering bad people, capital B, bad people, capital B, capital P, and just lets them hang themselves.
Yes.
You know, like, you can tell Hillary's like, oh, these two. But you know what? The dolls will get them.
I don't have to worry my little head off about this at all.
Yeah. Here's your towels.
Mm-hmm. Well, Isabel sneaks off into, like, the office space looking for, like, just anything that she can find. I think she's looking for, like, keys to safes and things like that, because digging around looking for anything precious metal, anything she can gather. And I
mean, those sterling silver hairbrushes, and picture frame, like that's not a bad take.
No, but the little music box on the mantle keeps turning on.
I love it that it's like a naked woman dancing with a skeleton.
It's great. I love that music box.
That's pretty choice. I also love the super creepy, lumpy faced auntie dolls.
Yeah.
Like they reminded me of like a Alice in Wonderland. What was the Duchess? You know, like that kind of like, oh, somebody made this.
I also love the effect of that too, because you can get these really great reaction shots from these dolls close up. So they're doing a couple things with dolls. There is stop motion animation, a lot of that in this movie to show the dolls doing action. But a lot of the effect on the dolls is just showing them sitting on the mantle. And they have a couple of like ones that are just mechanical where all the dolls turn their heads at the same time.
Yeah. Some of them just move their eyes.
Yeah, they do a cutaway close up where it's like human eyes behind like a porcelain doll looking mask. And those eyes are so bloodshot and gross.
Yeah. And then a lot of them, like a lot of the eye ones, they also kind of like their mouths move just a little to expose their teeth. Mm-hmm. Love it.
Yeah, so those rubbery masks kind of do limited movement, and I think it's really effective here for the creep out.
I mean, isn't that like, I think the director did a really good job of being like, okay, the movie's called Dolls. What is creepy about dolls? And like kind of stuck in that wheelhouse. And we're like, dolls that appear to move. Dolls, because a lot of them we get the doll on chair, turn and get a cup of coffee, doll not on chair. Like that's pretty standard horror fare. But I love the sort of chorus of dolls that all turn their heads at the same time. Or like I think they did a really good job of using multiple techniques to get the best out of creepy doll.
Starting or growing your own business can be intimidating and lonely at times. Your to-do list may feel endless with new tasks, and lists can easily begin to overrun your life. So finding the right tool that not only helps you out, but simplifies everything as a built-in business partner can be a game changer. For millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names like Gymshark, Rare Beauty, and Heinz, to brands just getting started. Shopify has hundreds of ready-to-use templates that can help you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand's style. And you can tackle all the important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. No need to save multiple websites or try to figure out what platform is hosting the tool that you need. And if people haven't heard about your brand, You can get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you, with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns to reach customers wherever they're scrolling or strolling. Start your business today with the industry's best business partner, Shopify, and start hearing. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. That's shopify.com/realm.
These dolls have had enough of Isabel stealing shit, and so they attack her, knock her to the ground, and ram her face into the floorboards.
What in the Gulliver's Travels is happening here?
It's very interesting. And then they drag her off down the hall.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out they are dragging her to the attic, and we'll find out later that there is various ways in which this older couple replaces or adds to their doll collection. It's the humans that they collect. You know, it turns out the dolls are just the human bodies we collected along the way.
That's it.
In the end, David is going to just like morph into the new Punch doll. But Hillary looks like she has been surgically cut to become a doll.
Oh, Isabel.
Isabel, yeah.
Yeah, she has the wildest transformation. And it seems to take a while, and it seems to hurt a lot.
It seems to hurt a lot to like have your eyes carved out and your face replaced with porcelain.
I love the big human doll. When it's like, especially when, you know, so Judy witnesses Isabel getting carried away by the dolls. And this is wild to me because, like, Isabel's makeup, her blood, like, she's got, like, teeth missing because she got her face ran into a floorboard. Judy is stone cold because she's like, are you okay? Bloody-faced woman.
Yeah, there's no sense that any childhood trauma is developing here.
No. Like, Judy's sort of nonplussed. Like, oh, no, that looks like that hurts. Do you need a hand? Oh, and then she just gets sucked away.
Well, Judy is trying to tell her dad and stepmom what happened, and they're like, just leave us the fuck alone. Get out of here. He, like, draws his hand to hit her.
I know.
And Rosemary stops him and says, you'll wind up paying more in child support if you hit her.
But I can.
What the fuck?
The more I thought about, like, why does this man have this child? It kind of strikes me as like a War of the Roses. Like, him and his wife got divorced. We're going to fight over every little thing, not because I want to be a parent to this child, but because I want you to be annoyed.
Yes.
I want, like, it's the only way I could make sense of this character.
Judy goes to see Ralph because she's wanting to talk to an adult about this. Yeah. She's like, do you believe kids? Do you trust them when they tell you things? You're an imaginative person. He's like, yeah,
sure.
Yeah. Oh, elves dragged that girl away? Let's check it out in the morning, kiddo.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, what's that on your shoes? On your slippers?
You've got blood on your slippers. That's weird, right?
This might be like my favorite just sequence in terms of plot stuff that's happening with Ralph, in that you and I both don't love it when a horror movie just lets a character constantly not believe that crazy shit is happening. With David and Rosemary, sure. This one makes sense for a guy to be like, yeah, I understand that I'm in a horror movie, but also, like, this is the first night here and I haven't really experienced anything that would suggest we're in a horror film.
Yeah, this is illogical.
Yes. And then when he sees the blood, he's like, I don't know if it's elves, but something fucked up is happening.
I also do love all the candelabra work that we're doing in these hallways.
Oh, my God.
I was looking at this. I was like, do I need a candelabra? I think I do.
Might as well.
I mean, just in case I have to, like, throw on a glossy nightgown and wander through my house, peering into rooms.
I got these little attachments there for the cats. They're basically like a kind of like a collar, and then it has candles on top of it. So at night, I just light the candles, so that way that's sort of my night light.
Move from room to room.
Cat-alabra. Yeah.
I think that'll go well. I think
No hazard at all.
No, I think you should take a picture and send it to your landlord. I think he'll really appreciate it.
So they go check out the blood stains that go up into the attic.
Yeah.
There is a really great moment where they don't see it. They don't ever see it, but the human doll behind them is like moving around.
Yeah, it's kind of giving Black Christmas. You know, like this. And I like that it's doll face on a human-sized body, on an actual human, which to me is pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost more creepy than these dolls are haunted, because this is like, now we're in Black Christmas psycho killer territory.
Yeah. Borderline like somewhere in Michigan as well. Like just that kind of like really upsetting.
It's the uncanny valley.
Yeah,
it's the V word that I can't pronounce. Verisimilitude.
Vera Farmiga. Yep.
Verisimilitude. I don't even know what that word means. Am I close? Is that what that word? That's what it means, right?
Yeah.
I can't pronounce it, but I know what it means.
It's a realism of sorts. It's a crafting of something that feels and looks real. What I like about the plotting here is the way in which he sees the blood. That's what convinces him. Like, I at least have to pursue this.
Something is up.
Yeah, and he falls down the stairs, which we can assume, we don't see it, but we can assume it was the dolls that might have tripped him up.
Yes. Yeah.
Because
he's like, something bit me.
So he's still a little bit trying to figure out what's happening, but he knows something fucked up has gone down. Mm-hmm. And Judy tells him, no one believes me because I'm a kid. And he's like, well, they'll believe me because I'm an adult.
You're also a complete stranger hanging out with a child.
I love that switch because he goes to wake up Enid, who's like, "Oh shit, we knew you've got blood on you.
Yeah,
you murdered my friend. We knew you were gonna do that." And then, Did you? And then David and Rosemary come out, and he's like, "Why are you with my daughter?"
Yeah.
So like all of the believability of the adult is gone. It's great. Perfect. Makes perfect sense. Judy runs off during all of this. So now we've got David hunting Judy down.
Yeah.
And Ralph's got to go. He's got to get away from this girl, Enid. And he goes to tell Gabriel what happened. Gabriel's like, oh, that was just some red paint left on the floor because, I work late and I was painting dolls' faces. You know how it is.
Sure. Well, where's the girl? She must have left, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Who knows?
That's weird.
Girls be like that, right? Like, they just be all, like, just leaving in the middle of the night. You know how.
For sure.
You know how Madonna is.
Yeah, she put on her little, frilly socks and her heels and just click-clacked right out into the muddy night.
Enid, meanwhile, in her room, something breaks that boombox. Something with good musical taste shatters that boombox.
These dolls may be vicious, but man, they at least shut the fuck up that boombox.
Holy shit. And now she's going to go up into the attic. She's going to follow that blood stain.
Yeah.
She is going to find her friend Isabel.
This is where we get the poster, the sort of the VHS cover.
Oh, yes, of the doll, hollowed out eyes holding its two eyes with its fingers.
Yeah. Again, it's like, I find this part really creepy. This like psycho killer has put a doll mask over my face.
Yeah.
And she's aware enough that she's like, get out, turn back,
This is the creepiest sequence because it actually begins with Enid sneaking through the hallway and having to blow out the candle because here comes Hillary.
Oh, right.
Pushing a pram with a little dolly in it and singing a lullaby to
baby, don't say a word. I was gonna buy you a mockingbird.
Oh my God. They have so much fun, this couple, Hillary and Gabriel.
Yeah. I feel like this is the inverse of the people under the stairs.
Yes, where the creepy couple is actually the fun ones.
Yeah. Like this is where like the creepy couple are like, no, we're here to save you and we punish bad people.
Yeah.
Versus we are bad people, and you must find the humanity and the heroism inside yourself to vanquish us.
Well, she gets up there, she finds Isabel and finds that she's being slowly turned into a doll surgically.
Material
Isabel's
girl.
like, yeah, material girl. Isabel's like, you gotta save yourself.
Yeah, so our next two deaths, even though no one actually dies in this movie, they just get turned into dolls. Spoiler. But this death and Rosemary's death are set pieces here.
Yes.
This is like the most doll-on-doll action that we're going to get out of this movie.
And it's also fun, too, because Enid puts up a fight.
Yeah, which I love that for her. Like, I love that she's like, fucking dolls? Hell no. Stomp, 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 jump over.
Not just stomp, stomp, stomp. Her weapon?
Oh my God, that
is
boy
the
toy
boy
belt.
toy belt buckle.
You know, here's the thing. I was a youth, but a wee child when this movie and its aesthetics were out. But I remember the boy toy belts. Like,
oh, interesting.
Like my babysitter wanted one. Didn't have one, but like wanted one. You know, it was almost like an archival moment for me watching this movie and just being like, I wonder what Gen Alpha would make if someone gave them a boy toy belt.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Like you know, like the Victoria and Albert Museum in London, how they take objects kind of from the now and they kind of put them up on a pedestal and they go, look at this object that you have probably encountered in your everyday life in 2026. Now think about it in terms of being in a museum, of being studied, of being around 100 years from now, 200, 500 years from now, and people are like, I don't know, what was a pink pussy hat?
Yeah. It's a great point.
And for me, the boy toy belt really was like, if you want to take a snapshot of the mid to late 80s, I think it's a pretty good object.
The giant belt buckle, I remember being a big craze in general for girls
it was the
and
mini
boys
belts.
too.
It was the like, you got a little tiny one, you got a big fat one. It was like I loved watching the costumes like of Enid in her 300 necklaces and bangles sneaking through the house. I'm like, girl, you making so much noise. You literally sound like a bead factory right now.
Well, she manages to, destroy all these dolls upstairs.
Yes.
But I found this interesting because I guess the lore is that humans turn into the dolls and they're kind of their body, kind of like their soul, shrivels. Like it's almost like the body is the metaphor for the soul, that the body eventually shrivels into a tiny doll. Like they start kind of like big. They kind of Benjamin Button, like they go from full-size adult to little baby size. So the younger the doll, the newer the doll is, the larger it is in some ways. That was my theory, because as she cracks these dolls open, their like faces shatter like porcelain dolls. Yeah. But underneath is like kind of like a burnt ghoulie.
Yeah, like a shrunken head kind of moment, which apparently was not an addition, but it was like the director originally was, you shatter a doll and it kind of has smoke. But he was like, I don't know, it's like we need to find a way to up the creep factor, the creepiness of it. And I think that's a really great idea. Because it's like your body's still there. It's just encapsulated in porcelain.
Yeah, it's like the doll body shrinks around you and crushes you down. And I love that as like the embodiment of these souls too, because they're
bad people.
They're dollifying the worst people.
Yeah.
She gets down the stairs of the attic and then she runs into the soldiers and I'm like, girl, destroy those dolls. Right? Stop showing off.
She winds up. She does like the kind of Karate Kid belt, like nunchucks, but then doesn't do anything.
No. And
gets shot. Now, here's the thing. Those dolls are the ammunition in those dolls are like a fraction of a BB.
Yeah.
But when she gets shot, she has been shot by Rambo.
Oh, we get so many squibs here because we get the squibs in the back. Then she turns around,
Squibs
squibs in the front,
Yeah.
just drops her.
I was like, whatever those dolls are shooting at her, that is maybe buried just below your skin.
Okay, so let's talk about what's happening with Rosemary.
I think Rosemary has the most intricate death of the film.
It's kind of a nonsensical one to me in some ways, but it starts with her in bed while David is off looking for Judy.
Right.
Rosemary's in bed grumbling, and she sees movement under the covers, takes the covers off, just fucking dolls everywhere.
Yikes.
They're so funny. They've all got little knives. One of them got a little hammer.
Like little pitchforks.
Yeah, it's so funny. And they start stabbing the shit out of her. But to me, what's nonsensical about this is the number of times she's like close up on her face, like looking around, and then she'll look down, and they've already halfway sawed through her ankle, and she just like kicks them off. And I'm like, girl, you felt that, right? You were feeling that. Because you might have circulation issues if you're not feeling sawtooth to your skin.
Can you feel your extremities?
Girl, you need yoga.
Do you smell burnt toast? You might want to do a cold plunge.
She just gets overwhelmed.
Yeah. This is where, the only thing I could think about is would you rather fight off a horse-sized duck or a duck-sized horse or whatever the fuck that internet meme
would
is.
You rather fight off one duck the size of a horse or 100 horses the size of a duck?
Sure. Some internet jargon, something.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of the death by 1,000 cuts, which is really kind of the only territory you have in dolls, unless you go big, in which we've got our Teddy, which honestly is a lot more fun, I would say.
The Teddy was my favorite of all the dolls.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's we've seen this before. We saw it in Tales from the Hood. Mm-hmm. We've seen it in Karen Black, the Karen Black vehicle. The name that
Trilogy of Terror.
Trilogy of Terror.
We definitely saw it in Toulouse-Lautrec's Revenge.
Did we? Did we though, Jeffrey? What did we see in Puppet Master 3 Toulouse? What did we actually see there?
We don't know. We'll never know.
But this movie, I think, because it is using multiple film techniques. Also, by the way, this was all shot in Italy. I don't know if you noticed the credits. It is all Italian names because puppets, long tradition of making puppets and dolls and animating things and, like marionette puppets in some cases, stop animation. And I think that difference. So it's not just a person holding a doll and being like kind of child's play of like, I'm fighting off Chucky, toss. This is much more, Ray Harryhausen, which gives life to the dolls. And you're like, I don't know, like 8 or 9 of them would be a formidable opponent.
Well, Rosemary decides I'm just going to take matters into my own hands, and she leaps through the second floor window out into the rain.
I guess. I couldn't tell if they tricked her into jumping out a window.
I don't know.
Or if she had had enough.
Yeah. I feel like with the dolls, maybe this wouldn't work, but I feel like just keep running.
Yeah.
Just, that's going to hurt, but
Enid had the right idea. Jump over them.
Yeah.
And leave.
Yeah.
But then she stopped jumping over them and leaving.
Yes.
Which is her fault. You have to continue to jump over and leave.
She got a little too action hero for her own good.
She did.
Enid
yeah,
did.
She really did.
Well, David never finds Judy, and he's like, I give up. So he makes it back to the bedroom.
This is not before he has burnt Punch.
Yeah, in Judy running off, she's left Punch behind, and he finds Punch. And he's like, Judy, if you don't come out here, I'm going to tear up this doll. But he can't tear it up. And then in trying to tear it up, it bites him.
Yeah. And then it talks to him, if I remember right. No, does it talk
It's
to...
later.
Oh, okay.
It talks to Ralph.
I know, which is a moment that I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. We can't... You can't be changing the rules of dolls this late in the movie.
No. There's some confusion as to like how do doll house work here.
Because I would be mortified if this thing that I had been carrying around for the last 3 hours was like, hey there, how you doing? You should believe the kid.
This whole dark comedy, this whole dark farce
Yeah.
of David trying to get in bed with the lump under the covers.
God.
As the scene goes on, the blood keeps spreading
Yeah.
on the camera side of things because he's coming from upstage, right? And so it just him not knowing what's happening. He's like, "Oh, you're not moving. Oh, I bet I should. Let me just shower
Oh,
before
maybe
bed."
I smell bad. Yeah, but then he puts on his fancy pajamas, his
Yes.
silk pajamas. Daddy, don't mommy's mad at daddy, which is gross. I can't with the, like, is that a thing? Is that a straight people thing?
I mean,
Baby needs a spanking.
I'm not directly familiar with it, but like other than through media, like people playing that role in comedies.
You mean during sexual intercourse, you don't call your partner mommy?
Yeah, or yeah, grandmommy.
Granny? No.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's one of those things where, like, you know, when people have like the euphemistic terms for disgusting sex acts.
Sure.
Some of those I just think are people coming up with something really gross and that no one in the history of the world has done.
Has ever actually said that or done that.
The Iowa pudding cup or whatever the disgusting thing that we've come up with. And I think it's the same thing with like calling your partner mommy in bed, you know. I guess daddy is a little bit different because there's like poppy, daddy, like because there's a little bit like, no, that feels like more vernacular, like women calling boys daddy. Hey, daddy, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But boys calling girls, hey, mommy, that would be creepy.
I'm so thirsty.
Mommy.
Mommy.
Yeah. I think it's easier for me to comprehend going to daddy than it is going to mommy.
I don't like it.
No, I don't like either, but...
But anyway, she's dead anyway, so honestly...
Yeah, she's missing a whole ass eye, so it's all moot. But David has decided, oh, that pervert Ralph has done this. So he makes a makeshift mace out of a broken chair.
Sure. I was like, you have a fireplace in your room. There's probably a fire poker there. Grab a candelabra, man.
Meanwhile, Judy and Ralph have made it into the storage room where all the dolls are.
I kind of love this.
Uh-huh.
I wish this had been more. Like, I wish there had been more of Justice of the Dolls. Because this is kind of giving me Gulliver's Travels.
I wanted to see a 12 Angry Men, but dolls.
Doll Society.
Yeah, they make it in there, and it is where Ralph has now fully comprehended, oh shit, the dolls are alive.
Yeah. But he freaks out. And he's like, we got to get out of here, and steps on a doll or two. And they're not happy, and they kind of crack his skull a little bit. They sort of rough him up.
Yeah, and Judy is like, no, you're making them angry. You have to stop. Please, everybody back off. Just...
When she calls them bad dolls.
Bad
and that's
dolls.
the thing that, like... And, like, you can see them go, what? We're not bad. We're the good guys here. And then they have, like, doll deliberation. I wish this had been the movie, Jeffrey.
I loved Doll Deliberation. That's our band.
Yeah. Because Ralph is like, what's going on? And Judy's like, well, clearly they're trying to decide if you're a child or if you're a child trapped in a man's body or if you're a man or a bad person. Like, they have bylaws that they have to...
Yeah.
Like, Robert's Rules of Order must be obeyed here.
The co-op board is meeting about whether or not you can sublet your unit.
And listen, there's some checks and some minuses in your, like it's going to take a minute. Mm-hmm. I wish this had been the movie.
Yeah, it's great. I really love the animation of, I think it's 3 dolls that are kind of discussing.
Yeah,
and I think
it's so expressive.
The cowboy one is kind of keeps looking over his shoulder back at them while talking to the other dolls.
And it's like I don't know, it's like there's just something about handmade, like, what do you call it? Claymation, whatever, like stop animation.
Yeah.
That you're able to get expressive gesture out of.
Yeah.
Which is kind of perfect for nonverbal doll.
Well, they finally decide, you can go. You are free to go. You've been deemed not guilty. And Judy's like, great. Thank you so much. And so they get out of there, but there's David.
Yeah.
And he actually gets to Ralph pretty hard, like knocks Ralph unconscious.
But knocks Judy down as well.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
That is when Punch shows up. And it starts attacking David.
Yeah.
And we have the fight of David versus Punch.
But David, he curb stomps Punch.
Yeah, Punch comes at him with a plug-in power drill.
That's right.
But he unplugs the drill and realizes the cord is wrapped around Punch's feet, pulls at it, knocks him to the floor, and then just stomps his face out.
This is why I have a hard time believing dolls, puppets as a worthy adversary. Because I'm like, you weigh like half a pound.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a heavy lift here. Like, a broomstick would do a lot of damage.
Yeah, the tiny bullets and tiny knives, all of that stuff feels like it would hurt.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, he manages to destroy Punch. But that's when Gabriel and Hillary show up.
You're like, hey, now, what's going on down here?
I love that when he's like, it's you two, you've done all this. And Hillary's like, ooh, he figured it out.
I know, right?
I love her. This is a dream couple. We should all aspire to be murderous witch doll makers in the woods.
Yes, I feel that's. I mean, I love their house. I'm down.
Love their closet. Love their habits. I love their hobby of just let's freak out shitty people.
Yeah, let's take assholes, make them into dolls, and then give them to nice children.
Yeah.
So that way, and it's like the power grab of David, the shitty dad, who's been dragging Judy here, there, and everywhere this entire movie. And now I kind of wish she had gone home with the Punch doll dad.
I kind of did too. There's a lot of moments when I wished something else for the movie, and I don't think that's a reflection that it's a bad movie. It's just that the movie very much stuck to its fairy tale sort of way of storytelling, which I really applaud and appreciate. But I really want, it was just things like, I want more Teddy.
Yeah.
I kind of thought the throwing of Teddy into the woods at the beginning meant that there was going to be a moment where the parents escaped, where, Rosemary and David escaped, and it was Teddy that got them in the end. But
yeah.
Teddy mostly is just played up front as the creepy daydream.
We can only afford that for one day.
Yep. But yeah, so as David is talking to Gabriel and Hillary, his fingers start to bloat, and then his face starts to bloat.
Oh, God. And he's got that kind, again, very Basket Case 2, the kind of half moon, the big chin of Punch. He's got, which I kind of like that he just starts reacting. He's like, and you don't see anything for quite a bit because, Gabriel's going on and on. He's got his magic pocket watch. But then you realize you're like, oh, he's being indollified.
And suddenly David turns into the Mr. Punch doll. So I guess that's the thing. If you destroy Mr. Punch, you become Mr. Punch.
Yeah. Which I think is kind of, I think they did a little hint at that with Ralph. The doll that's in his room is the clown. which I think kind of encapsulates his sort of archetype in this story.
Right.
So had he turned into a shitty person, he would have become Clown Doll.
Yes. Yeah. No, that totally makes sense. Well, Gabriel comments now that we've got the new Punch Doll. The Punch Doll is wearing David's silk pajamas in gold and
like gold and black.
Yeah, gold and black or gold and dark brown. I can't remember.
Very Gordon Gekko. Very very 80s.
It's like, oh, you do look spiffy in your more modern clothes. I wonder if the hat still matches. I think it's funny that it doesn't. It clashes. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I was laughing during this like ending part in the morning.
Yeah. That's literally like, hey, I found this letter. Y'all bumped your head so bad. But I found this letter that said every other living human in this house fucked right off.
Yeah.
Here's a pile of cash. Go home.
And everyone, Gabriel and Ralph alike, are both aware that we're just doing formalities.
Yeah.
You clearly want to leave.
Yeah.
We clearly determined you're allowed to survive. It would be nice if you stayed, but like, yeah, you don't have to, like, but you're free to go.
Yeah. Do you want to hang out? You hang out and make some dolls? That's cool. Do you want to go home and see your mom? That's cool too.
And also, we kind of don't want to involve any like long story about us being murderers in the woods. So like, yeah, your parents, your dad and
they just left.
Rosemary, they left the note. They changed their names and they live in Europe. And
I know, right? Like they changed their names and moved to a different country. You're never going to see your parents again.
And Ralph is like, that seems out of character. And he's like, oh, no, it totally is. What about the girls? What happened to them? Oh, they left a note too.
Same.
Have a good one. See you around. Oh, can I see that note? Nope, I dropped it in the fire. Sorry.
Nope.
It's so fucking funny.
I like it when a movie has just like zero fucks. They're like, no, denouement, just wrap it up.
Let's just get to it. Just
do you really care?
Yeah,
do you really care?
You don't.
The mechanism? No.
What we want to get to is the scene where they leave and go out to his like fun, like little old school, like
I know that
40s roadster with the suicide doors. It's great. Ugh. That's where they find Teddy sitting in Ralph's car.
Oh, Teddy came back.
And she quotes Gabriel being like, toys are very loyal. It's a fact.
Yeah.
But she goes back to Gabriel, and I love, she's like, wait, I got to go tell them something. He's like, no, please get in the car. Let's go.
Right? Let's get the fuck out of
because he knows all of the things that really did happen there. But she gets up there and she gives Teddy to Gabriel and Hillary, being like, I think he'll be happier with all the other toys. Will he?
Sure.
I
mean, he's also kind of a normal toy, so unless they like enchant it in some way.
Yeah.
He could also be like kind of a guard werebear. You know?
It's true.
Yeah, I really liked the karmic justice of, oh, you treat your children like they're little objects. Now you're an object and you get to be dragged around the house by your ankle at your daughter's whim. And I kind of wish that she had gone home with the dad but had not known it's her dad. So she still has that connection to her actual parent.
Yeah.
Without knowing it's a connection to her actual parent.
Yeah. I remember years ago, Jillian and I were talking about somebody that we just did not like in our extended family. And I said something along the lines of like, when he dies, I hope he comes back as like a slug or just something gross or whatever. Yeah. And Jillian was like, I always think it would be interesting if he came back as a tree.
Oh.
Because then he'd be forced to shut the fuck up and hold still and actually like learn patience and understanding of the whole world. He just get to see, he needs sunshine. He needs to look at the stars. He needs to just feel the breeze and like be a real human or
be a real being. Squirrels.
Yeah, be a house for squirrels. And then you just learn that patience. And I thought when you mentioned that about wish she had taken the doll, like David needs that too. Like David needs to understand what it's like to be loved. And if he had a daughter that started loving him as the doll unconditionally, he would understand that. Yeah,
and he
let's write
doesn't get
Stuart
to talk
Gordon
back. Yeah.
Tell him to redo the ending.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
The other epilogue here is, obviously we've got to set up Ralph with Judy's mom. She's like, you like kids? Do you like pretty ladies who are really nice? Because my mom's a pretty lady who's really nice.
Do you like Boston?
You like Boston? Oh, oof, no.
I mean, it's worse places.
Yeah, there are. There's just outside of Boston. I don't know why I'm going after Boston. I like Boston. You have kitty attacks happening.
I do. No, they were being very vocal outside, so I decided to let them in.
And then during the credits, we see another car get stuck in the road and the dad get out and yell at the kid.
And again, it's like this, I love this sort of pantomime style acting. It's very Italian. It's very commedia.
Yeah. Well, the end. Shall we rate this movie, Cecil?
Yes, let's.
All right. To start with, how approachable is Dolls if you are horror movie squeamish? On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not at all approachable and 10 being very approachable, I'd give Dolls like 6 out of 10 hacksaws to the ankle. Like,
yeah.
It's not really scary, like in the Basket Case 2 realm. It's the actual, the villains of the movie are actually the good guys, or at least the morally right. And we should probably delve more into the idea of like, is moral righteousness achieved through murder? I'm not sure. But, who's good and who's bad in a fairy tale sense is very clear here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's more the blood and gore of it and the creepy doll faces that are the most disturbing part. But like, I don't know. It's ultimately not super scary. It's just kind of like bloody and creepy, really.
Yeah.
So 6 out of 10 of approachability. To speak nothing of approachability, Cecil, how do you rate this as a horror film?
Yeah, I think 6 out of 10 candelabras is appropriate in that it's fun. It's pretty well paced. I like the special effects because they're range from very, very simple to kind of, blood, gore, intestines, but you don't really linger too much on them. So I think this is actually a pretty good beginner for the squeamish film.
Yeah, if you're interested in kind of like practical effects, 80s slasher-y stuff, this is a pretty good intro. And I think just a simple and decently fun movie. Cool 77 minutes. God bless you, Stuart Gordon. Well, let's figure out what movie we are going to watch next. You have a scare die. I have a style die. We will roll those up and see what movie matches those two things. Cecil, on your scare die, if you roll a 1, our next movie scare is religion. 2, a monster. 3, wild card, whatever scare we'd like. 4, family. 5, a creature with no legs. Or 6, something haunted.
That's a 3.
Gonna get that wild card. We've
Wild
always
card,
wanted
wild
that's been
card.
up there for only 3 weeks. All right, well, we're gonna match up your wild card that you rolled with the style that I roll. If we roll a 1, our next movie's style is something in the top 25% of rating aggregate scores. 2, it's a movie that starts with the. 3, it is a European-made film. 4, it is a film from the 1980s. 5, it is a sequel, prequel, or remake. Or 6, it is a suburban-based film. All right, let's see what we got with our wild card. Here we go. I got a 1. Top 25%. Cecil, we just get to pick a movie that is just a highly rated horror film. Okay, so we both picked 3 films that we wanted to see that are top 25 percentile horror movies, and we'll say those 3 films, and then we'll roll a die to see which one we will watch. So, Cecil, what 3 movies did you put on your die?
I try to have a diverse spread of wild cards. So the first one is The Others, which is honestly one of my favorite horror movies because Nicole Kidman puts in an amazing performance, and it is a true testament to, like, hey, Turn of the Screw has been around for a while. What if we remake it, but update it in a way that is not annoying?
Yeah. Perfect.
I think it's an excellent example of adaptation. Mm-hmm. The second one I put on there is Longlegs. Because, man, this movie is wild. I've only seen it once, and I would love to talk about it with you on the show.
Oh, my God. How do doll work?
And then my sort of classic is Carnival of Souls.
Yeah.
Which is one that I encountered pretty early on in my horror movie viewing. And I kind of like Cat People. It's one where I was like, this is an old movie. This is hitting on some really strong themes in a very, what I thought, modern way.
Yeah.
With no gore, no guts, no blood, but I think does a great job of creep factor for like a PG movie, essentially.
Agreed.
What'd you got?
I picked 3 classy movies from different eras. So I've got a 2024 movie in Oddity. I think that was 24 that Oddity came out, the Damian McCarthy film. I love this movie. I think it was outstanding. I think they do witchcraft well. I think they do golem totem sort of things well. I think they really earn the scares in this movie, and I think it's a very deeply moral film too, not unlike Dolls, but that also has a moral doll in it too.
Okay.
But yeah, I think this is really cool. I think Damian McCarthy is a really great new filmmaker. So I love his stuff. So Oddity. Second one is a movie I still have never seen, but this is Powell and Pressburger, right? This is Peeping Tom from 1960, I believe.
Like, what if Psycho, but was not constrained by moral Hollywood?
Yeah. So this is, we have a camera person, a cameraman, a photographer.
He loves to watch.
He does, and he's got a special attachment on his camera.
That's right. It's like a pasta attachment.
He makes that fettuccine.
Yeah, he makes like lasagna.
Uh-huh. And then finally, actually, this isn't from a different era. This is just a few years before Peeping Tom, but kind of a different looking movie altogether, which is The Night of the Hunter.
I've never seen this. I've kind of been saving myself for the show for this one.
This is a brilliant movie. This is Charles Laughton, his only directed film. And this is starring, what's his head? Robert Mitchum.
Yeah. It's like a preacher, right? Like a... ish?
Yes. Yes.
Ish, sorta, kind of.
You know, if you say you're a thing, you are a thing, Cecil.
Sure, why not? Fake it till you make it.
That's right. That's the secret. Mm-hmm. So those are the 6 movies we have. I forget whose turn it is to roll. I tried to have a little magnet system on my thing, but I've lost that magnet.
You've abandoned that?
I move things around and then I can't find it now. So do you want to roll? You want me to roll?
Here, you can roll.
Okay. All right, so if I roll a 1, we're going to do The Others. 2, Longlegs. 3, Carnival of Souls. 4, Oddity. 5, Peeping Tom. Or 6, The Night of the Hunter. Let's see what we got here. We got a 1. We're going to watch The Others.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be fun. I'm excited to rewatch this movie. This is also one of those movies that I knew the twist before I saw it. But if you don't know the twist, go into it fresh. Just don't look it up. Just go watch it. I don't think it's a super scary movie. It's got some scares because it's ghosty. But yeah, definitely go check that out. But I do remember it being pretty accessible for horror squeamish types. All right. Well, thank you all for listening. Thank you, Cecil, for talking with me. And if you have thoughts on Dolls or whatever top 20, what horror movie in the top 25 percentile well-reviewed horror movie would you have wanted to watch? Let us know at Random Horror 9 on Blue Sky, Instagram, and Patreon. And those Patreon public discussion threads are open for all members, free or paying alike. So watch The Others with us this week and come on back next Tuesday for a new episode. Have a restful night with no wicked stepmother tossing your teddy or nothing, unless you're into that, mommy. Boo.
Boo.
Ew. Hey, it's Jeffrey jumping in one more time to remind you to watch the very weird and very squeamish-friendly horror musical Phantom of the Paradise from 1974, and then join us this Saturday, July 11th at 3 p.m. Eastern for our monthly live stream over at patreon.com/randomhorror9. Our live streams are only $5 and Patreons get to help us pick the film. Of course, they get to be part of our live streams every single month, and they get access to our back catalog of almost 70 previous live streams. Some of my favorites have been Picnic at Hanging Rock, The Conjuring, and just last month we had Sarah Griffin on to talk about the Irish folk horror Freawacha, one of our best episodes ever. We've watched some really good movies for Patreon, so join our Patreon for $5 and join us this Saturday, July 11th at 3 p.m. New York time over at patreon.com/randomhorror9 to talk about Phantom of the Paradise from 1974. Okay, now here are your credits and scary story. Boo!
Random Number Generator Horror Podcast number 9 is hosted by me, Jeffrey Craner, and Cecil Baldwin. Find more of our work on the podcast Welcome to Night Vale. This show is produced by Night Vale Presents. It is edited by me with music by Cecil and logo by David Baldwin. See original artwork for each episode by David on Instagram. Join us for live streams on Patreon. Watch our recording sessions on YouTube, chat with us on Blue Sky, and contribute to our movie selection process on Letterboxd. We're in all of those places at Random Horror 9. Today's scary story. The dolls come to life and they seek vengeance for what you did to your sisters Barbies back in 5th grade.